Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing or other Star Wars games. Welcome to our channel. This is a channel that is dedicated to the games in the Star Wars universe. My call sign is BatMando. If you are new to X-Wing, then this is the channel to watch, and if you are getting back into 2.5, then this is the place to be. Now, if you have any different insights than what we present in this video, then please feel free to drop a comment below, because the more our new players learn from other people's insights, the better they become. So, in which case, that leads me to our next point, and that is, welcome to our Star Wars X-Wing community. So, if you are brand new to this game, I will tell you that in our area where I play, there are already pilots, aka players, that are willing to help other players get into the game, get better at the game, because let's face it, the first couple of games, or the first 3 or 4 weeks of the game, are going to be rough because you're learning a whole new thing and everything else. So in which case, this is why we encourage you to get with veteran players or other players, and in which case, just learn from them, take their advice. And if you still need more, then this is what this channel is here for. So in which case, we welcome you to our community, and this is a ongoing series, and this series is about list building. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to list building. My call sign is BatMando, and I will be showing you how to incorporate a Aggressor Assault Fighter into one of your lists. As a matter of fact, I'm going to build a list that has only that ship in it, and then you'll see a couple of other lists that one of them was featured on this channel, and the other one is purely hypothetical. So now let's go ahead and use Launch Bay for this particular list that we're building today. So I'm going to come on over here, get us into Scum, and then in order to find this ship, because if you click right here, the first ship that you see is the BTL A4 Y-Wing. So in order to find this ship, you're going to need to go ahead and click where it says Standard, and it will become Extended. So then you now have the Aggressor Assault Fighter there. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Then we're going to select a pilot. I'm going to start off with IG-88B. And at that point in time, the thing that you should know about this one, in case you did not watch the Starfighter orientation video, is that if you miss an attack, you may perform a bonus cannon attack. So the other thing I want you to also remember is that it has an advanced droid brain, which means that if you take a calculate action, you also gain a calculate token as well. So now, that being said, let's go ahead and throw in the IG-2000 title or upgrade, and that allows you to share your abilities with other ships that have the exact same IG-2000 upgrade. So let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the list that I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to go ahead and put in Predator, because having rerolls on attacks never hurt, except the Defender. And then I'm also going to throw into this double cannon slot, I'm going to go ahead and get synced laser cannons. So if you are asking, why am I doing that? It's because what I will tell you about synced laser cannons is that if you are calculating on attack, then the Defender does not get to apply the range bonus at defending at range 3. So in which case, that is why I'm doing it. And that also means we now have the opportunity to go ahead and stay further back, so that we're not going to be taking a frontal assault to the face and possibly losing a lot of hull in the process. Now, I'm also going to throw in something just in case they try to sneak behind us, because yes, we can go ahead and flip around, but wouldn't it be useful just to have a hotshot tail blaster going out the back? So that now puts us out, or puts us at 11 out of 16 loadout. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in a modification here, because I do plan on having these ships fly close to each other, and that means I'm going to throw in a tactical scrambler. So let's say that your enemy is already at range 0 of you, and or one of your ships, and they want to shoot the ship that is behind it. Now that ship with the tactical scrambler in front, or in the middle, I should say, hey, guess what? They're now giving an extra defense die to that next target. All right, so we now have 3 points left over. Here's a choice. You can either leave or you can put in seismic charges, which, yeah, that's effective in certain scenarios, but I'm not going to use it. So instead, I'm going to go to FCS. And in the event that I have a round where I don't predict that I'm going to have any ships in arc, I can go ahead and throw out a target lock and hopefully use that target lock to do a reroll of 1 attack die. So now, that is everything that we have for IG-88B. What is very cool about this list is all I need to do here now is click copy. It's going to give us another B, but hey, guess what? You can't fly 2 Bs. So in which case, you are going to come on over here, click C, and everything remains the same from B to C in terms of upgrades. Now that they both have IG-2000, they both are going to be sharing each other's abilities. So that means B just gained C's ability of after you perform a boost action, you may perform an evade action as well. So, and that also means that C here is going to be able to miss an attack and then follow up with a bonus cannon attack. So that's looking pretty cool. Now, if you wanted to fly 3 of these things on the field at the same time, first off, I don't recommend it, but that's only because they're all Initiative 4. However, it's kind of funny to see all 3 of them on there. So if you're just doing a fun game and you don't plan on doing this at a tournament, then go ahead and try it. It's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and change this on over to D, and that is the only one that you can afford, or I'm sorry, D is the only one that is 6 points. The A, B, and C, they're all 7 points. So you can't fly A, B, and C together because that's 21. So now we have everything here. You'll notice that it is 15 out of 13 here. So that means that you're going to have to go ahead and downgrade Predator into marksmanship, and then everything is good and you are able to go ahead and fly that list. Again, I don't recommend it if you plan on entering a tournament with it, but if it's just casual and fun, have fun. Now, if you are going to try to do something that's a little bit more with the tournament style, then let's go ahead and drop D. And this is going to be my only change to this list if I were to do a competition that was allowing extended ships. So, Jump Master, we're going to go ahead and throw in Dengar. And some of you are just like, okay, the first thing that you do when you put in Jump Master with Dengar is include the Punishing One title. This time we don't, because if you put in that title, you get rid of the crew slot. Why do I not want to get rid of the crew slot? Because in the crew, I'm going to scroll down here and get IG-88D crew. That's correct. The same pilot that was on one of these fighters is also a crew member, and also comes with, you now have the ability of each other friendly ship with the IG-2000 upgrade, which B and C both have. So that now means that when we have Dengar here, Dengar, if he misses an attack from his primary weapon of 2, and it's pretty obvious that he's most likely going to, then he can go ahead and follow up with a bonus cannon attack. So then you get to make your choice of which kind of cannon are you going to use. You got a plethora of choices here. I'm going to go ahead and do ion cannon because with 3 dice, hopefully you can get at least 1 hit off of it, and then maybe set up an ion maneuver, and then maybe your 2 other friends can do something to capitalize off of that opportunity. So we only have 2 points left, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in the hold on a second. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in the Tactical Scrambler here. Some other people may be yelling, why aren't you using Greedo? I mean, yes, we could use Greedo and then probably throw in a Talon as well, etc., etc. But this is the list of how we're doing it. And if you want to see how it flew, here in a second, you should see a card pop up on your screen that says, hey, watch this. And you'll see how it did against 4 Jedi at one point in time. Okay, cool. Now, I want to still be able to show you the hypothetical list. So let's go ahead and drop these 2. And we still have this one. This, as you can tell, probably is my favorite because it has that reshot ability. So now we're going to go ahead and drop in one of my other favorite ships in the Scum line, and that is going to be the Rogue class Starfighter. Now, some of you may be thinking I'm going to be using Dirge. No, unfortunately, Dirge doesn't have one ability that Cad Bane does, and that is the title of the ship. So we add in Xanadu, and as we add in Xanadu, we end up, or Xanadu Blood, I should say, we get to add in a crew slot and a device slot. Now, I may not be using the device slot, but does anybody have an idea of who I'm throwing in on crew? Because if you were guessing that it's IG-88D, you are right. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in. Cad Bane has a double cannon slot. Which cannon do you think I'm throwing in? Because there it is, synced laser cannon. So now I only have, say, 4 points left over. I always use contraband cybernetics when I can when it comes to scum and illicit upgrades. So there's that. And then for talent, I'm just going to go ahead and throw in marksmanship because mostly this ship is geared towards bullseye attack anyway, especially if you want to use those proton cannons. But I'm not using proton cannons because I want that ability where a person can be denied the range 3 defense bonus if I'm using this particular fighter for range 3 attacks. All right, so we have this one. Now we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom just to pull up a Z95 Headhunter, and I'm throwing in Nadru. And Nadru, I'm going to highlight that he has a double missile slot. I like barrage rockets, I really do. So hopefully you can keep him around so that he can use that ability or use that particular upgrade because, you know, Z95s, you can kill them with just 4 hits. It's done. So, and then on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and throw in that crazy thing called marksmanship, and that's going to fill out his entire load. So now we're going to get our last ship, which means I got 6 points left over. Who could I bring in at that point in time? You know who I am going to bring in? I'm going to go ahead and bring in Dengar again, simply because why not? He's fun. I'm certain you could throw in somebody else, such as, actually, hold on a second. I want to make certain I'm correct on this before I say it. You could throw in Fen Rao. I just don't have, you know, luck with Fen Rao. So Fen Rao normally ends up dead the way I fly him. So now we're back to Dengar, and we're going to go ahead and put in Punishing 1. I'm also going to throw in Greedo Gunner, which will allow either you to turn a hit to a crit or your enemy to turn a hit into a crit on you. So hopefully you have initiative. Hopefully you get a chance to turn that hit into a crit by spending Greedo's charge. Otherwise, it's going to be a long round. So let's see here. I'm also still going to stick with the ion cannon there. And then we still have about 4 points left. I'm going to go ahead and take an illicit and throw in a contraband cybernetic just because I can. And last but certainly not least, we got talent. I'll just go ahead and put in marksmanship. So that's going to fill out the entirety of Dengar's loadout. And that is the list that I would do as a hypothetical. Haven't tested it. It looks fun. But, you know, again, not going to be meta, mostly because, hi, you have a ship that's extended. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is this particular segment of list building. Hope you enjoyed it. Make certain to come back and watch us next week with our next Starfighter orientation and our next form up. And if you also enjoy watching Star Wars Unlimited, then come and join us Friday. Again, same BatMando time, same BatMando channel, and we'll now take you to the outro. Other things that we would like you to build upon is, well, we got online resources for you to check out so that you can build your knowledge about the game. And what I will tell you is we have the official AMG website right there. So now, if you're looking for other things, or if one of our hosts mentioned something that you're not familiar with, go ahead and get that term, plug it into this Fandom 2nd edition, and it will pop up what it is that you're looking for. Also, feel free to check out other fan-made sources that will also help you along the way. And if you are trying to figure out which list builder to use to build your squadron, check out any of these 3. So, in which case, next thing, hopefully we helped you out, so we would very much appreciate it if you help us out and click like on the videos that you like. That way we know what more videos to create more of. Don't forget to subscribe to our future transmissions and tell a friend about us so that we can get this channel a little bit further out and more people can start playing the game. So, without further ado, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you to our hosts for being a part of this. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to friend us on Facebook. I haven't said no to anybody yet. And make certain to drop any questions or drop a comment below in our comment section on this video. That way other people can see what questions have been asked and see what answers have been given. I'd also like to say thank you to SlidesGo, Flat Icon, and FreePick for the use of their media in this presentation. And as always, BatMando out.